All right, here we go. 120-pound State of Ohio Girls High School preview brought to you by Bodycraft Fitness. Listen, at the beginning of the year, 120 was the weight that was the one to watch. I mean, we had incredible firepower going at this weight. And because of people moving weight classes, it's not exactly the same, but this is still an incredible weight. So pay attention to this weight, especially at the top. When I say top, I mean the top ranked ones in this weight. Very, very good wrestlers and ones to watch. The interesting thing about 120 is that there are 4 non-ranked wrestlers that made the state tournament. So, on one hand, you got like a very top heavy, weight. And on the other hand, you've got people, girls that have proven that they can, wrestle well. So it'll be an interesting bracket to watch. Let's go down the list. We got Corey Young from Olentangy, Olivia Olive from Harrison, Kai Gatchins from Mogador, Ava Adder from Jonathan Alder. We got Merrick Gibson from Rittman, JC Altaffer from Montpelier, Chloe Tompkins from Olentangy Berlin, Lacey Nick from Northmont, Katie Kerr from Lutheran West, Emily Catton from Findlay, Addison Justice from Licking Valley, Lyndon Gibbs from Washington Courthouse, Lauren Davis from Hillsdale, Kaylee Ramsey from Clinton Massey, Molly Rosalski from Canute, and Callie Lang from Marysville. So let's talk about those top-ranked wrestlers. At 1 and 2, you have Callie Lang from Marysville, and you have Lacey Nick from Northmont. You tell me which order they go in, because right now Nick is ranked 1, Lang number 2, but Lang has a head-to-head victory over Nick. She beat her at the Heart of Ohio 7-6. Now, Nick is a freshman, and Lang is a senior. And normally what I would say is that seniority is going to win. In this case, I would definitely say there is a, there's a strong push to say Lang's going to have to be a favorite here. But when I say something like a senior has, the ability to be the favorite, it's because the Schottenstein comes into effect here. So when you get out there and you walk out for the first time and you look around, you got weigh-ins and you see it, but you really don't know what it's like until it's full of the crowd. And just because Lang's a senior doesn't mean she has that experience. Everybody's new at the shot this year. Everybody experiences it for the first time. So whether you're a freshman or a senior, you're going to walk on that floor for the first time and compete. So is there, an advantage there? I don't know, but I will tell you this. Nick is a very, very talented freshman, and Lang is a wily veteran. She is solid in her stance. Callie Lang is a 3-time state place winner. She took 6th as a freshman. She took the championship. So she's a state champ, a returning state champ from 2 years ago. And last year she took runner-up. Okay, so she took runner-up last year. She gave up a fall in the finals, and it was, to me, as I watched it, it seemed a little shocking. Now, I'm not taking anything away from her opponent in that moment, because that's what happens. But I surely thought that Lang was going to be able to wrestle well in that match, but that's what happens in wrestling. So you got somebody that's a state champ in Lang and a state runner-up, and then she's placed before. And then Nick is fresh and new to the scene, but she's very, very talented. Enough talk about those two. Let's talk about number 3, Lyndon Gibbs. Lyndon Gibbs from Washington Courthouse took 3rd at 120 last year. So we've got the runner-up, and we've got 3rd in Lyndon Gibbs. She is a hammer. And then you've got Katie Kerr from Lutheran West that took 4th last year. And she's sitting right below them, ranked number 4, taking 4th. So Katie Kerr has something to prove here. She's a podium place winner from last year. Corey Young from Olentangy, state qualifier last year, didn't reach the podium, but she's wrestling well. She has greatly improved. She's dedicated herself to the craft like a lot of those girls have, but she's really closed the gap on that top tier. So when I talk about girls wrestling in Ohio, there's really right now, we're just really coming into the numbers, and it's great to see. You know, we've got the numbers that are building up, but until we get to a tipping point, a critical mass, if you will, we're not going to see all of the talent be able to go through all 16 of these wrestlers. And I'm not taking anything away from the girls that make it there, because it's an accomplishment in and of itself. There's plenty of former state qualifiers that didn't even make this tournament. So my point here is that there seems to be a tier. There seems to be a top tier. Let's call it the first 2, 3, 4 wrestlers in each weight class are just a cut above the next 5 through 10, and then there's a drop off usually from there. Again, that's just more of an observation of what I've seen through the last 3 years. Now, 3 years ago, it wasn't anything like that. You had 1 or 2 girls that just dominated everybody, and now you're really starting to see these girls improve. Corey Young is one of those girls. So she's going to be a force out there. And you just watch her. She's from Olentangy. She is a sophomore. Ava Adder, same kind of thing. She's a state place winner from last year. She took 5th at this weight. She's from Jonathan Alder, and she is a junior. So we've got a few more girls, as I mentioned, at the bottom that are unranked. A couple of things that I want you to look out for when you are watching at the Schottenstein Center in this bracket. 120 pounds, the opening bout of Kaya Gatchins from Mogador. She's the freshman, and she does have Ava Adder, the junior from Jonathan Alder. So you have number 7 in Adder versus Gatchins at number 9 right out of the gate. That's a good one. Another one to point out is the let's see here. I've got, so Lacey Nick, as I mentioned before, the freshman. She has a freshman in the opening round, and Chloe Tompkins. Now, Tompkins is from Olentangy, Berlin. I tell you, she's all the way ranked down at 19. But I'll tell you, I've watched this young lady for a long time, and she doesn't quit. She has the ability to put you on your back. So I'm not saying there's going to be an upset here, but it's going to be an interesting watch, and to see what the freshman Nick, who's highly touted now coming into the shot, puts on with Tompkins from Berlin, who she might be down and out. She might be losing the match. I've seen, a few times in the past, but she'll be able to put you on your back and even pin you. So let's watch that one as well. That's going to be in the opening round. So all told, if things hold true, we're going to see Lang in the finals probably. She's going to be, closing out an incredible career from Marysville. And let's see what she can do against either Nick or Gibbs or Kerr or Young. So that's your 120-pound preview, brought to you by Bodycraft Fitness. Enjoy.